It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day one on a new Xeriscape installation in Poway, California. I am so stoked about this and so excited because I almost never get to do a Xeriscape, and I want to show you how incredibly fantastic a Xeriscape can be. Way easier than an irrigated installation. Plant choices are a little more limited, but that's okay. In a xeriscape, you want to stage specimen plants, meaning you want them to be 3 to 4 to 5 feet apart. You want to bring in a ton of boulders. You want to make sure you've got good elevations going. You want to bring in your top dressing and your rubble and just have a blast with the rock and use the plants more or less as accent pieces. So that's the plan. WaterWise has delivered my plants, and now we are waiting for KRC to deliver the rock.
So where are you planting?
So I'll take you on a little tour and show you where we're planting. All of this area here behind the coyote fence and in front of it, all the way over here, and look at this. How's this for a slope? This is going to be the party. Behind the fence is going to be more of the business. But this area in here I'm particularly excited about. We are going to have crane placement of our boulders, meaning KRC is going to come with equipment where they can dig out the little hammocks for my rocks and stage them. And Hannah, if you flip the camera around, that was my inspiration for the selection of my rocks. Here in Poway, the native rock is very round, so I'm going to be using those dinosaur egg rocks, which in this case I'm super excited about, but clearly we don't want them rolling down the slope, so those are going to be dug in. They aren't going to be as dense as the formation across the street, obviously, but I am going to be doing groupings of rock first. Greg has already capped off all the irrigation. Then I'm going to plant my plants. Then we're going to do some rubble to delineate between the client's property and the city property. And then we're going to be putting burgundy lava down. I will not be doing weed fabric on this job because of the steep slope. The fabric is very slippery and that lava rock would just roll right on down. So the client is already aware that come spring after the rains, she's going to have some weeding to do. And she is ready and willing to do that. Also, this has been dirt for a long time, and you can see she's maintained the weeds really well. So hopefully there won't be a terrible insurgence of them. Yeah, so we're going to go all the way down here with our plants and all the way down to the round pen, that white round pen at the other side of the property over by Greg's truck. And I'm just super excited to take you on a journey, guys. We've got Bart here from KRC Rock. Bart has helped us out so many times with our rock installations. He is an artist with the boulder. You'll notice how he's moving these 2 at a time. He's got this crane. He's got to clear these wires up top. He's going to dig out the space. He's just a master. So I just basically let Bart do Bart. has left after placing all of the large boulders with the crane. And now we are staging the giant bare root barrel cactus. So I wanted you to see kind of how that's looking. You can see how we've cradled out some holes for them. You can see that the plants have very little roots, which is absolutely fine. The barrels don't need any roots. So the only thing is, working with these, obviously you can't touch them, which makes it a little challenging. One thing that's really important with your boulders is to, once you've set them where you want them, push some soil up around them so that they don't look like cherries on top of a birthday cake. You see how this is going to make it look, this is going to make it look, it's going to make it look excavated. See the difference between this rock and say this one over here? So don't be shy about burying your boulders. Okay, now clearly we still need some rocks up here. You may note this gate. The client's not going to be using that for anything, so she said that she wanted us to plant in front of it, so we are. You'll note that I have, with the help of Kevin, Mel, Hannah, and Greg, staged our 5 giant barrel cactus, and the Aloe rubra violacei is going to be pretty much our crown, you know, the diamond in our crown, as that's going to get very, very large and throw off a magnificent flower. So we're about to wrap up for today. What we'll do tomorrow is finish the placement of all of these rocks over here. We'll continue as we go to bury our boulders. Then I will start staging all of the plants. I'm going to take you over to the other side and show you a couple of plants that we've already installed so you can see how great it looks. So you can see that this Dazzlerian longissimum has been planted, and how with that boulder I've staged the longissimum just to the right of it, so it's not, you know, remember, no straight lines in nature. We always want to go a little right or a little left of center. So I have it staged, and how magnificent that that looks all by itself just with that boulder. It's so funny. We're already getting compliments on the landscape, and we haven't really done anything yet. You can see down at the very end, Hannah planted an aloe vera. That is just your common garden variety aloe vera, and how gorgeous does that look staged amongst those boulders. So you can see the plants up here. We moved them up. We're going to put the fence panels back on before we leave tonight. And I am just going to have the most fun staging all of these plants. And tomorrow I'll be giving you some tips and tricks too on how to work with 5-gallon specimens to group them together to make it look like a larger plant. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting on Day 1 ground break in Poway with your succulent tip of the day.